Good afternoon or evening to all of our New Jersey students, parents, counselors. We hope you're out there listening. The University of Wyoming is eager to share information with you. If you do have questions while you're on this webinar, you need to use the Q&A button because your cameras and microphones are turned off. So the only way to get an answer to your question would be to use the Q&A button. I want to remind you that at njaacac.org/virtual fair, you can sign up for more sessions either tonight or tomorrow. And recordings will be available of all the sessions that are being recorded this week, which I think averages out to 144. So right now, I'm going to turn you over to the University of Wyoming. Thanks for being here.
Hello and good afternoon. I am going to share my screen really quick. All right. So again, my name is Alicia Johnson. I'm the Associate Director of Student Recruitment here at the University of Wyoming. I'm going to do a short presentation for you today. It's a little bit about all things UW, applying to UW, kind of what we're kind of made of, you know, our student population, our degrees we offer, things like that. So kind of go over a lot of different things today. So first we'll start though with a really fun video. It kind of gives you insight into what your freshman year might look like at the University of Wyoming. All right, so that's just a great little video that kind of gives you a little perspective of what campus looks like, what it might kind of be like to be a student at the University of Wyoming. So the University of Wyoming is located in Laramie, Wyoming. So if you're looking at the state of Wyoming, it is a square. We're in the southeast corner of Wyoming. We are only about 2 hours from Denver, Colorado, about an hour from Fort Collins, Colorado. So we are very close to the Colorado border. So If you want to come visit campus at some point, you want to just come visit Wyoming, a lot of students and parents, prospective students and parents will fly into Denver and then drive up to Laramie. Our total student body population is a little over 11,000 students. We're a little over 9,000 undergrad students. Our student to faculty ratio is 15:1, and we have an average class size of about 30 students at the University of Wyoming. We have students from all over the world. This is my favorite thing about the University of Wyoming. If it'll flip, there we go. We have students from all 50 states and 90 countries. Our total student body is made up of about 66% Wyoming students and 34% non-resident students. Usually in our incoming freshman class, we have about 50% in-state and 50% out-of-state in our incoming freshman class, which is really cool. So you're gonna meet people from all over. So not only the state of Wyoming, but from different states all over the US as well. We have 80 undergraduate programs here at the University of Wyoming. We have about 7 colleges and schools here on our campus. We have the College of Agriculture and Natural Science. We have the College of Arts and Science. We have the College of Business, College of Education, College of Engineering and Applied Science. Then we have the School of Environment and Natural Resources, School of Energy Resources, and we also have several certificates, and we also offer lots of pre-professional areas of study as well. What's great about the University of Wyoming is we are a land-grant institution. We are also the only 4-year institution in the state of Wyoming. So not only does everybody really support, the whole state support the University of Wyoming, but we offer a lot of options for students. So we're pretty comprehensive. We're not just a liberal arts or just a engineering technology type of university. We have a lot of different programs because we were established to serve the whole state of Wyoming as a land-grant institution. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit now about, why the University of Wyoming. Why would you want to come to the University of Wyoming from your area? So we have a lot of different reasons. A couple things that we'll talk about are, we'll talk about our fantastic study abroad program. We have tons of outdoor activities, our honors program, some of these different things that I think really are a great reason for students that pick the University of Wyoming. So first of all is our study abroad program. We have the largest endowed study abroad program in the nation. So if you want to study abroad, the University of Wyoming is the place to be. Students are able to receive lots of scholarship opportunities to be able to study abroad. We have students that study all over, anywhere from Japan, Paris, London, lots of different places to study abroad. Most of the time, we can facilitate a trip for a student to study abroad, and usually any country they would like to study abroad in. One of my biggest regrets in college was that I did not study abroad. I didn't take the time to do that, and once I graduated, I really regretted that I did not study abroad, because I had several friends that did it and had a fantastic experience. So definitely listen to me and don't do my mistake and study abroad while you're in school. Undergraduate research is also a really great opportunity to be able to do research at the University of Wyoming, because we are a Division I institution, but we are a smaller Division I institution. So you have the ability, we have all these opportunities that a Division I school offers, but we have a much smaller student body. So you're able to actually get in and do undergraduate research. We are in a really cool state. So we have a lot of students that will do some research outdoors. As you see here, we have some students taking some water samples. We also have students in some of our crops, in some of our crop fields that are doing research. I know people who've done research on, through our wildlife biology program, have done some research on chronic waste disease in deer. I have a friend who is studying how the soil affects the certain type of beetle kill that happens in some of our pine lodge, our lodgepole pine trees in our forests in this area. So there's a lot of different things that you can do here with undergraduate research. As I did mention, we are a Division I institution, so we do have Division I athletics. What's really fun is that we are at 7,220 feet elevation here at the University of Wyoming. We are one of the highest elevation universities in the nation. So when we have our football games, anybody that's coming to play us is coming from a much lower elevation. So we always tell them welcome to 7220, because if you've been at a high elevation, it is a little bit difficult to breathe sometimes. So our athletes are great athletes because they've had to practice and play games at 7,220 feet. But that's just a little bit, it's kind of fun. We have a lot of things that say welcome to 7220 around campus and around town. But we have lots of different athletic programs, football obviously being one of them, but we have tons of different options for athletics, as well as club sports and intramural sports as well. We also have fine and performing arts. And what I always like to tell prospective students and parents, and I get this question a lot of students want to know, do I have to major in music to be in band? Do I have to major in theater to be able to be in a play? You definitely do not. You can be in the band and not major in music. You can be in any of our plays and still not be a theater major. So you can definitely still do that. If that's something you're interested in high school, you can definitely still do that in college as well. We put on the Nutcracker every year, which is always really great to go see during the holidays. I used to be in orchestra, so I love going to hear our orchestra and our band play. So there's a lot of things you can still do in your college career that could be in the fine or performing arts. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the outdoor recreation and options here at the University of Wyoming and in this part of the state of Wyoming. So what I like to tell parents and students when they come and talk to me about the University of Wyoming, I always ask if they're interested in being outdoors. And almost 9 times out of 10, everybody's like, yes, outdoors. So that's one of my favorite things about our location, the University of Wyoming, everything like that, because you can do anything you could ever want to do outdoors here. We have winter sports, so cross-country skiing, downhill skiing, ice fishing, snowmobiling, snowshoeing, tons of options to do in the winter, but then also so many options to do in the summer as well. We have mountain biking, rock climbing, canoeing, kayaking, fly fishing. I went paddling, in this picture in the top left is at Kurt Gowdy State Park, which is about 25 minutes from campus. And I paddle boarded there a couple of weeks ago, right by that rock formation, and it's so, so fun. So I have lots of things you can do here, tons of hiking. I mean, we have tons of alpine lakes in this area. You can hike up, fish out of those. There's a lot of options to do outdoors. One of my favorite things to talk about, and also one of my favorite things about this area and this university, is the proximity to tons of outdoor activities. So if you want outdoors to be part of your college experience, this is definitely the place for you. So we have tons of organizations on campus, about 280 recognized student organizations. Anything in the political, multicultural area, we have a student government. I know we have a Harry Potter club. We have tons of different options for ways to get connected. We have a country swing dance club. We have a canoe battleship club. So there's all different types of things you can be a part of. And that just makes your college experience better. You get connected that way. You're able to meet new people. So I definitely encourage everyone to get involved while they're on campus. It just makes that college experience that much better. And if you don't see anything that you like, as long as you have enough people and an advisor, you can create your own organization as well. So we'll talk now about our honors college. What's really cool about our honors college is we have a lot of opportunities to do different things that I'll talk about here in a little bit through the honors college, but the requirements are pretty straightforward. A 3.7 unweighted GPA or an ACT or SAT test score, but because there is an or there, we'll just look off the 3.7 unweighted GPA or higher for the honors college, and you do have to submit an honors essay as well. And if you apply to the University of Wyoming, there's an option to apply to the honors college as well at that time. And we'll talk about the admissions requirements and applying here in a little bit, but you can definitely apply to the Honors College when you apply to the University of Wyoming as well. Some benefits of the Honors College and some opportunities. Study abroad. This is what's really cool about the Honors program. Almost all of their professors will lead a study abroad trip. They have their Shakespeare class will go and tour the Globe Theater. They'll go and see all different areas that were highlighted in Shakespeare's plays. There's tons of undergraduate research opportunities. A lot of students say this is their favorite thing about the honors program is actually the interdisciplinary classes. The fact that they'll be in classes with people outside of their major. They're also discussion-based classes. So you could be in classes with somebody from the agriculture department and the business department. So you'll be able to meet all different types of people in different majors. So it kind of really enhances those classes by being with people in different majors as well. We have honors-only housing, and we also offer priority registration to our honors students. So that's always a popular thing as well. So we'll talk about applying to the University of Wyoming now and the whole application process. So we'll talk about freshman admission. So we do have an online University of Wyoming application that you can access through our website, and then we're also on the common application. Either one is fine. We don't have a preference. It's totally up to you which one you would like to fill out. But you can do either the online UW application or the Common App. What we'll need is your high school transcripts, because we have non-test optional for the fall 2021 class. So for fall 2021, we will just need a high school transcript showing your unweighted accumulative GPA. We have not gone test optional for scholarships at the moment, but we have gone test optional for admission. The admissions requirements for the University of Wyoming for incoming prospective freshman students is a 3.0 unweighted GPA or higher. The high school curriculum that we do need: 4 years English, 4 years math, must include an Algebra 1, Algebra 2, and a geometry sequence, 4 years science, 1 year must be from the physical sciences, physics, chemistry, or a college preparatory physical science course. Everything else must be a combination of biological, life, physical, or earth science. 3 years social science, and then 4 years of additional coursework. This could be in foreign language or fine and performing arts or career vocational. But of this combination, 2 must be sequenced. So you could have 4 years of foreign language and fine performing arts, but one of those would have to be 2 years in a row. So foreign language must have 2 courses of that. And then so you don't have to have all 4 that are all sequenced, but at least 2 of them must be in the same area. So we'll talk a little bit about admission with support and the holistic review process for those students. We look at an unweighted high school GPA of a 2.5 to 2.99 or 2.25 to 2.49. And this would put these students in the admission with support program, and we would holistically review those students' applications. But we do have a phenomenal nationally recognized bridge program for students who do fall into our admission with support area. They have the option to do a summer course and a fall course that are sequenced together that allows them to be connected with students in that summer course, and they would then follow them into their fall course as well, and be able to go through the bridge program with the same students and get extra advising as well. So just making sure that they're successful their first semester at the University of Wyoming. These are some additional documents that we will need. We don't have to have them for admission purposes. We will need them before you come to orientation in the summer, but this is something that the admissions office will need after you have been admitted. Proof of the MMR immunization, which is measles, mumps, rubella. So we will need proof of the MMR vaccination. ACT or SAT scores to be considered for a commitment or a scholarship. At the moment, our Board of Trustees has not decided on scholarships on what we are going to do with ACT or SAT. At the moment, we are still requiring them, but for admission, we are test optional. We will need college transcripts if you are in dual or concurrent enrollment courses. If you've taken AP tests or in AP classes, you've taken AP tests, you can send us those scores. The list of what we'll accept for AP test scores is on our website for credit. Also IB test scores as well. So if you're in an IB program, we'll take those test scores as well. So we'll talk a little bit about cost and the value of coming to the University of Wyoming. We are one of the most affordable Division I institutions in the nation. About 54% of our students graduate with little to no debt. A lot of ways to pay off coming to and pursuing in higher education is working on campus, scholarships, grants, loans, things like that. And it really is an investment in your future. I always tell parents and students, within reason, don't be scared of loans. I wouldn't be where I'm at today unless I had taken out loans to get a college degree, and I would never look back. It has only aided in my career and my investment in myself to be able to be successful. And so I've never looked back in taking out loans, obviously within reason. But I always tell parents and students to not be too scared. I know loans can be a scary word, but definitely, talk to the universities about it, see what it's going to be, cost-wise, things like that, to make the best educated decisions around loans. So we'll talk about our new first-time student awards. For students, we'll look at the Brown and Gold commitment and then the Child of Alumni Scholarship. We won't look at the Western Undergraduate Exchange. That's for the Western part of the US. That's the WUI program. And so we'll just talk about Brown and Gold commitment and then the Child of Alum. This is our Brown and Gold commitment grid. What's nice about this is if you meet the requirements, you will receive this commitment. So again, as I mentioned, we are still requiring an ACT or SAT score for our commitments. What is nice about the University of Wyoming, you can apply to us, and if you don't have an ACT or SAT score when you apply, let's say you apply in October, you don't have an ACT or SAT score, but you were able to get one in January. As long as we have an ACT or SAT score and a GPA on file before May 1, we can still award you a commitment. So May 1 is the national confirmation date for universities, and as long as you have everything in and you've been awarded a commitment before May 1 and you confirm on May 1, you would be able to receive a Brown and Gold commitment if you are eligible for one. So you'll see the requirements here. The ACT and the SAT are located on the top portion of the grid. Then on the side is the GPA. What's also nice about this, if you send us a score, and that may put you in the $4,000 range, you're able to get another test score later in the semester, and it might bump you into the $7,000 range. We will be able to move you into that band as long as it is before May 1st. We would be able to move you into the next band as long as your ACT or SAT score and GPA match that option to move you up. But once it's May 1st, it is locked in. So we do have some options. We have some time before May 1st. So that's the biggest date to keep in mind. Everything would need to be in, and you have to have been awarded this before May 1st. The Children of Alumni benefit is one of the most lucrative Child of Alumni scholarships that I know of. It is a fantastic benefit for students that are children of alumni. So this is for only non-resident students, and this is a fantastic option because, oh, I forgot to mention, with our Brown and Gold, let me go back real quick. With our Brown and Gold, you do have to maintain a 3.0 UW GPA to maintain this commitment. And you are eligible to have it for 4 years as long as you maintain a 3.0 UW GPA or higher to maintain this commitment. With the Child of Alum, you're essentially getting 150% of resident tuition, which comes out to $11,500 scholarship. And what's nice about this, there is not a GPA requirement on this scholarship, meaning you can come to the University of Wyoming, you're a child of alum. When you apply to the university, you would put that you're a child of alum. We would be able to verify that, and then you would be able to be given the child of alumni benefit. You would not have to keep a certain GPA at the University of Wyoming to maintain this scholarship. And what's nice about this, it's not only good for your undergrad, but it could work for a master's degree and even a doctoral degree. We also have a school of pharmacy and a school of law, so we'll be able to be eligible for that as well. So this is great because you could essentially come and we could get 3 degrees with us, and you would be able to use the child of alumni benefit for all of those, which is really exciting. So really great option for child of alum. So if you are a child of alumni, this is a fantastic option. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit about finalizing admission once you're admitted to the University of Wyoming. A couple things that you would do after you've been admitted. First step is to log into WyoWeb. Everything operates out of WyoWeb. So the first thing you would do is step 1 is obtain your username and password. Then you would log in using those credentials in the student area. You'd be able to see your checklist for things that you would need to complete before you started classes in the fall with us. WYO Scholarships is the general scholarship application that all students must complete to be eligible for any scholarship or commitment. It opens November 15th. You'll be able to complete that. It also would give you options for other recommended scholarship applications once you fill out the general scholarship application. And again, we have to have this on file for you to be able to receive any commitment or scholarship. Even if you're eligible for it, and if you haven't filled out the scholarship application, you would not receive it. So this is definitely a huge, definitely fill out the WYO Scholarships application. The next thing would be to complete the residence life and dining contract. This is found on your WyoWeb checklist. It will open December 3rd. Freshmen are required to live on campus for the first year, but then we do have options of UW apartments. After that, if you'd like to still live in UW housing, you can also still live in the residence halls if you'd like to. There are a lot of options to live off campus in different apartments and things like that in Laramie once you have lived on campus for that first year. We have a lot of meal plans that are options to look through as well. But also another thing I'll note with our residence halls, they are connected. Most of them are connected. Oh, sorry. Most of our residence halls are connected to our Washakie Dining Center. We have an underground tunnel that connects the dining center to some of the residence halls. So you wouldn't have to necessarily get out in some of our colder weather to go eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner. What's also fun about Washakie Dining Center, it's actually one of my favorite places to eat. When we do events, I love to eat out the Washakie Dining Center. It's buffet, there's lots of different options. It's really one of my favorite places. So that's what's also kind of nice. There's a lot of options for you to be able to get food. It's right off one of the main streets, so you get to see a lot of things happening outside. So yeah, it's a great place. To be able to, it's a great place on campus to be able to get food and also to be nice, close to the residence halls. So we'll talk a little bit about orientation. This past year, we did do a virtual orientation. Generally, they are on campus during the month of June. There's about 9 orientation sessions. They're held on Monday and Tuesday or Thursday, Friday. So it could be on the first part of the week or the latter part of the week. Usually how we run them. And orientation is great. This is where you'll register for your classes, you'll meet advisors, you'll meet other students. So coming to orientation is a really great thing to do in the month of June. Hopefully we'll go back to in-person orientation in the summer, but we'll see. But this is generally how it is held during the summer. All right, I know I've gone over a lot of things quickly. I'll leave my information up really quick. Again, my name is Alicia Johnson. You can shoot me an email, give me a call. Happy to help with any questions you might have about applying to the University of Wyoming, what's it like to live in Laramie, what is it like to move across the country to this area. I'm originally from the state of Texas and I moved to Wyoming. So I can talk to you a little bit about moving far to a different and have that college experience in a different state. But yeah, that is a little bit about the University of Wyoming. I will see if there are any questions. And if not, that is okay.
Thank you, Alicia, for presenting the University of Wyoming to our New Jersey students and parents. Students, when you close this window, there will be a quick survey for you to answer. Just 4 questions, and we would appreciate your feedback. You can also sign up for more sessions for later on this evening or for tomorrow. There's a bunch of them. And recordings will be available for all the sessions that are being recorded during this week. Thank you again to the University of Wyoming. Thank you, Alicia.
Thank you.
And have a good night.
Alrighty, bye.